the Bald Oncologist podcast series, featuring Dr. Malwinder.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Bald Oncologist podcast series. Today in our studio we have Dato Dr. Meheshinder. He's the president of Corum. Hi Dato, welcome to the show.
Hi Malwinder, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So Dato, what does Corum stands for actually?
So Corum is an acronym which stands for Colorectal Cancer Survivorship Society of Malaysia.
Okay, so when was it formed roughly?
So again, historically, we initially moved to the idea somewhere around 2011.
Okay.
And again, it's not my initiative alone. I collectively had a few cancer survivor patients, and we got together and decided that basically there's a need for an organization to provide psychosocial support to patients and survivors. Now, realistically, actually, what really triggered me to start this entire thing is because I remember very clearly I had a very young cancer patient lady. I can remember her name very strongly back in my mind. And when she was diagnosed, she was like almost a near suicidal kind of stage. So and apart from just me being, offering some support to her in terms of advice, I just felt that if I could link her up with another member, a cancer survivor, it will make a difference. And it truly is. So I got one of my first cancer patients in the private hospital who was a stage 3 cancer by the name Cynthia Chu, and she came by and she spoke to her, and that really made a lot of big difference. So again, it was more like a triggering thing with dealing with patient survivors and find the need for support services. So we just moved to the idea, had a proton committee set up thereafter, had a couple of forums, and then we decided to register ourselves with the registrar societies, and we were formally formed in the month of August 2013.
Oh, congrats. So what does Corum do for the public actually, other than patient support group?
Yeah. So again, it's mainly, the main objective is to provide psychosocial support to newly diagnosed cancer patients and survivors. And as we know, when somebody is diagnosed with cancer, leave aside just colorectal, any cancer for that matter, it's not just the patient alone, the entire family sometimes goes through a roller coaster ride.
Yes, okay.
The trauma of having to understand what cancer is all about, the trauma of undergoing the various modes of treatment, and not only that, even in terms of financial trauma and so on. As we know, cancer treatment is not a cheap event.
Yep, very expensive.
Yeah. So again, it's so what we try to do and try to offer is provide at least the psychosocial aspect of things and be some kind of a guide or beacon in order to guide them which channels where we can help patients and survivors. And so apart from that, I think we also an advocacy group. We advocate a lot of issues regards to in terms of the importance of screening, early detection. I always believe that cancer patients, cancer survivors predominantly, are a big voice when it comes to screening of colorectal cancer. Primarily, as we know, no matter how much I may preach in terms of the benefits of screening, what the issue of colorectal cancer is all about, but when you have somebody who's already gone through the entire mill of treatment, or hearing a patient survivor's testimonials, what they've been through, it's a big thing, So even when I speak to a lot of other people, I also believe that the cancer survivors' voices, they're like genuinely ambassadors to screen modalities. So that's the other thing. We advocate early detection and screening. We talk to patients who have got ostomies, who have got stomas, for instance, guide them and put them to the right channel and how to manage stomas. So to some extent, a bit of funding advice and stuff like this at the same time.
So how do someone actually apply to join the Corum? Do you all have like an annual meetup, a monthly meetup, or is it an online meetup?
So we have currently, we are mainly focused in the Klang Valley, but we also have chapters in different states at this moment. Okay. So getting access to us is not too difficult because, as you know, social media, there's so many different modalities. We have a Facebook page, we have a WhatsApp channel, we got Instagram channel, we got phone lines, dedicated phone lines at the same time. So again, if someone is just going to Google or in a WhatsApp, even in terms of the Facebook, Colorectal Cancer Survivors Society of Malaysia, all the informations are given very clearly. Now, for patients or cancer survivors or newly diagnosed patients, membership is free of charge. So
that's
there's no fee incurred in any way. And for any other person, we open membership to everyone. Even sometimes people, cancer survivors, they can't speak, they can't advocate them very well, very clearly, but the caretaker needs to get some information, for instance. So we've got caretakers who are there, who can also join us as membership. So caretakers on non-cancer afflicted people, there's a membership fee, which is just about 20 ringgit per year. But I usually advise people to take a lifetime membership, which is just 100 ringgit. So you don't have to, make any further payments per se. So membership again is open to all categories, and but at this current moment, most of members are obviously cancer patients and survivors. So there's no fee incurred at all. And what we do now, we also have face-to-face discussions in certain hospitals. In the Klang Valley, we have visits in the hospital HUKM, in Pantai Hospital, Kuala Lumpur. We have University Malaya Medical Centers. We have at the Selayang Hospital. So certain hospitals in Klang Valley, and also in hospitals in different parts of the states as well. And we have also meetups on virtual meetups on every Tuesday and Thursdays.
So it's very active. Okay, that's good.
That's right.
So the hospital one is how often do you all do it?
So again, like I think, for example, the one in Selayang is maybe once in a UMMC, like once a weekly basis kind of thing.
Okay.
In Pantai, now the staff they come usually start off at my clinic on a Wednesday afternoons.
Okay, so it's a weekly thing. That's
Weekly
good.
thing, that's right.
So actually, I'm a member of Corum also, and actually,
I know that.
I'm in the WhatsApp
We are
group.
honored to have you with us.
Thank you, thank you.
A figure like yourself.
It's so active inside there, and there's so much of conversation going
That's
on.
right.
It's like the top of my WhatsApp. It keeps on going up every now and then.
You know what? Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I'm not in that channel of group because for prime reasons, like I said, you're so, you get disturbed all the time per se. But it's always good. So what I do is there are some people who are managing that WhatsApp groups, some administrators, and there are any questions or queries that need to be targeted to the clinician, then they'll forward to us ourselves.
True.
And we are, like I said, when it comes to this, cancer is always a teamwork thing. It's not just us surgeons. We work with the oncologists. We got the whole performer. It's the whole group line, like physiotherapists, the pharmacists, the dietitians. So we need to have the entire group of people involved.
It's a group effort for a cancer patient. And actually, I'm very honored to be there, and thanks for inviting me to join Corum actually. So I did learn a lot from our cancer patients, because for me, normally I just give the treatment. I don't know what happened at home. So I actually can see all the patients' questions being asked online. What do I do with this? What do I do after chemo? What do I do after stoma? How do I live with it and all? So it's very informative for me also actually.
That's right. I mean, I learned a lot from my patients as well.
Right.
You'd be surprised. Sometimes the patient who comes and asks me, there was one recently who said, I'd like to go swimming with a stoma bag. And I was told him very clearly, it's not impossible. And so what I need to do is basically linking out to another cancer survivor patient who's already got an ostomate who goes swimming. And so at least they have some kind of collaboration, understanding, because I can't explain to them how to swim with a stoma bag, So at least when somebody else has got that experience, so the linkages and bonding is very, very crucial in this.
I think case sharing is very good in between patients so they can understand more.
That's
So Dato, is there anything you would like to tell our viewers today? Any final words?
I think essentially, like I just said, one of the main things that we always keep trusting on or pushing forward is regards to the role of screening. I think the significance and importance of screening is so vital. And anyone, age above 45 years of age, I think they should come forward. Do not wait for symptoms. Screening just entails basically testing people who have got no symptoms, as we know. So come forward, and because most people, as we know, who present to us with cancers are usually in advanced stages. They're stages 3 and 4. 70% of them are in those advanced stages. And I think screening is so vital. So please, pass the message around to everyone else. You do not have to come and see just a surgeon. You can see the gastroenterologist or, anyone for that matter who does endoscopes, for instance, come forward and get your test done.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dato.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the advice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
The Bald Oncologist podcast series.